We are all set. Getting these alerts up. There we go. We are in progress. Good morning, everyone. Today is Friday, and Friday is Fantabulous Friday, and it's the first Fantabulous Friday of the new year. Good morning, everyone. This is Carol, so aka Naughty Bus, live. Kind of a gloomy, cloudy day here with two
sisters. Hey, good morning, everyone. It's Janis, aka Wellness Diva 5.0, and it's definitely doom and gloom here. It's very white outside. We have probably close to 10 inches of snow out there. It's still snowing. So
you already got 10 inches?
At least.
Wow.
At least. Tina's area was blasted as well.
Yes, she did message us last night saying it was going to be, pandemonium.
Right, exactly. And, of course, obviously, everybody be safe out there. If you don't have to go out, don't go out. They're saying, of course, in this area, excuse me, wait till at least after 2 o'clock when hopefully the storm dies down and, get the road crews time to clear the roads and, make everything safe for those, who have to be out and about. And obviously, if you're a person who likes to go out and walk, I know a lot of people that walk, just be safe, just be careful.
Yeah, absolutely. What are they saying? So it's supposed to stop around the afternoon, it sounds like.
Yeah, I think they're saying around 12 in our area, 11 or 12.
Oh, good.
So
well, that's good. Well, 'tis the season, right? I mean,
yeah, we have no worry about
the blessings of, a winter storm coming in. It is Friday. It's Fantabulous Friday. It's the weekend, heading into the weekend. And it didn't happen during the 2 major holidays or 3 major holidays between, Hanukkah, Christmas, New Year's, and whatever other holiday you celebrate. At least it didn't impact that, along with the crazy travel delays and cancellations. So obviously with that going on, there will be probably some cancellations. So I'm praying to the universe and gods next week that we don't have any of those impacting issues when I'm traveling. But you know what? You deal with it and you kind of roll with the punches and you renavigate, you renegotiate, you just figure things out. So what better way? I do love the first big storm, though. I'm not going to lie, because the anticipation of the amount of snow, you get the crazies out there doing the last minute shopping, and then the crazies already are out with the shortages that's already happening. So that's going to be impacting. And I laugh because every time I remember going back to the store or whatever during a snowstorm or right before the snowstorm, and everyone had batteries in their carriage. And I'm thinking, and flashlights and these big things. And I'm thinking, well, what'd you do with all the crap you bought last time? Batteries do last quite a while. Unless you're beating somebody with your flashlight, it should work.
Well, you wonder about that, and think about when the pandemic, when it first started, where, everybody was hoarding. There was a hoard on toilet paper and all the services and goods, and I get it. And I'm sure with the storm or whatever that was happening in the world, I probably did that myself. But how much toilet paper are you really going to need? I don't know, but I get the hoarding process. I understand.
It's the fear of, with the FOMO, fear of missing out. But this one is FOLA, fear of losing out.
Well, right, because those basic, excuse me, the need for basic necessities is, whether it's a storm or whatever may be going on, it's like, okay, basic necessities, toilet paper,
and canned goods,
towels, canned goods,
yeah,
all that
water. People, the water, especially if you have a well system. That's the first thing that you're going to go for is the water, because if you're on a well system, you obviously need the well to pump the water, not like the old fashioned way, and if you don't have electricity, you be in some trouble. So
Right.
water is the other thing. A lot of people will fill their bathtubs up.
Right. I mean, hopefully you would have a generator. Many people don't. We
Right.
have one, thank goodness. So, obviously with, different things happening, we're prepared. That's,
Now, what kind of a snow is it?
it's very light and powdery from what it looks.
Okay, so that's a good thing, because when you have light and powdery snow, it's, well, of course, any kind of snow is great for skiing, but it's easy to move as far as shoveling and, trucking it from here to here, plowing. It is also not so good for making snowmen, though.
Right. And the thing with shoveling, obviously be very mindful. You have to take breaks. And before you go out and shovel, you should do some basic stretching techniques. You lift
Yeah.
it with your knees, not with your back.
Oh, absolutely. And I mean, that was one thing. A lot of people would laugh at me, but that's one of the things of a storm I did enjoy was shoveling. Most people do not like shoveling. John was, obviously we had a plow guy, but John was very meticulous on his edges. So even though the plow guy would come, he wanted a crisp line on either side. The analness of him wanted a crisp side on either side. And he would, the one of the things as the winter went along, and because of the way our driveway was and the big mounds of snow that we would get, he would go there probably once a day and start chopping them down and making them nice and smooth. So if there happened to be a pile of snow, he would keep moving it back from the edge of the driveway to expose the grass so it would melt in such a way that it wasn't going to remelt and ice up the driveway. So it was a whole process. And I got to say, I don't miss that. I do like this shoveling because it's good exercise, but I don't miss the whole process throughout the whole season. I really going to make that. But today here, it is, looks like it might rain. We're not really sure. It's just kind of cloudy because, we can get a cloudy day and then, an hour later it's bright sunshine. So right now it has not rained. And actually it looks like it's trying to get brighter out there. So I'm assuming the sun will pop up momentarily, but it has that New England gloom look to it. So I'm hoping that goes away because that's one of the things I ran away from. But anyways, it is Fantabulous Friday. Let's get to chatting about why we celebrate everyone and celebrating all of you out there, our listeners, our viewers, and anyone that's on that health and wellness journey, trying to get to the next level, get to the next goal, get to the next step, whatever it may be. And we set you up for success every single day, 5 days a week, and catapult you into celebrating, all your accomplishments from the entire week over the weekend. So obviously we talk about Mindset Monday, Triumph Tuesday, Wealth Wellness Wednesday, Trending Thursday, and now Fantabulous Friday. And we combine all of those for a reason, because changing habits takes practice. It doesn't happen overnight. Yes, it comes with good mindset. It comes with accountability. It comes with organization with your planner, writing down your to-do list, planning out your meals, if that's what you're doing, recipes, scheduling yourself for fitness, for mindset, for journaling, for relaxation. How many people out there actually schedule themselves for relaxation? I bet you don't, but you should, because you need that time to just unwind. You need that time to reevaluate, and no better way to do that when you're in a very relaxing state. You're not so judgmental of yourself. And we always talk about being kind to yourself, and there's a reason for that, because ultimately your goals, your vision, what you envision, and the goals that you don't want to bury in the boneyard are really all up to you. They're not the responsibility of your spouse, your partner, your girlfriend, boyfriend, child, mother. It doesn't matter. The responsibility always lies with you. God gave us a gift, gave us this body. Our parents gave us life, but God engraced us with this beautiful body, and it's up to us to ensure that it's oiled, it's lubed, it's detox when it has to, it's respected. How many of you respect your body? Your body is a reflection of your lifestyle. But more importantly, for us now, as you go from decade to decade, you want to have the best, healthiest life with longevity for as long as you can. And, when we heard about Betty White, which was so sad, 99 plus, and, I was kind of upset when I heard, I did not realize that she received the booster 3 days beforehand. And, there's obviously a lot of controversy, and, TwoSistas is not taking the stand that the booster did it. So we want to be clear on that. But there is a lot of controversy of people having reactions, side effects, and the unknown that we just don't really know all that it is. And apparently we're not going to find out for 75 years because of what one of the pharmaceutical companies did. They kind of clamped the lid on sealing the records, per se, of side effects and or whatever that we are just unknown. And, you look at her life and you say, wow, she did an interview the week before, 10 days before her called home. And she always, if you looked at her, she was sparky, she was positive, she was mindful, but she always was in fairly overall good health. Obviously, towards the end of years, that normal occurrences are going to happen as you age, right? But her outlook on life was always about have a healthy attitude, have a healthy mindset. And I think that was a contributing factor to her longevity. Don't you think, Jan?
Yes, sorry, I muted myself. Absolutely, a healthy mindset, a healthy outlook, gratitude. Whenever you saw her, she shined. There's something very spectacular with the way she smiled and the way she carried herself. And you just, whenever there was, any kind of sitcom that she was in or movie, whatever it would be, I would want to see it. Oh my God, Betty White's in it. Well, let me check that out. And frequently I will watch, when they have marathons on TV, although I'm live streaming now. And I'm sure I can find that on there, with the GoldenGirls. And she was portrayed as I don't want to say the dumb blonde in that situation. But it was that type of personality that she portrayed and acted out. And she just hysterical. I mean, she would just her reactions, her walking into the room, the way she, the smile or the expressions on her face whenever the other actresses would be, when they were doing their show. And it was just hysterical. She really lightened up the world. She continues to lighten up the world. And no doubt, she's with all her GoldenGirls right now. And that's, that's
kind of good. So, we kudos to celebration of her life. And, a remarkable testimony to her mindset and her health and wellness. And that's what happens as you go, as you pack away another decade behind you, getting and staying in that healthy state of mind gets harder, takes more energy, takes more focus. And what is the one thing that kind of escapes us as you get older? Focus, your mental acuteness, all those things. So it takes that much even more effort. And it's a good effort. I always look at it as a good effort because it's energy that is spent on making sure that you are the best version of yourself at any given moment. And that's what we all strive for, because when we are feeling the best version of ourselves, that trickles to other people and we're passing on, geez, what are you doing? You got a little more spunk in your step, or I've noticed that you don't, you just, I don't know, there's something different about you. People do notice when you change your mindset. They may think it's something physical, but they don't realize that it's, and that physical could be part of it. Obviously, transformation's a big part of it, but it's also your mindset that I can overcome the challenges that life keeps throwing at me, because I'm not in control of them, but I am in control of how I react to those challenges. And I'm also in control of how I react to those challenges. That's what's in my control. That's what's in your control. So, when we talk about celebrating you may look at the past week and say, What did I do that's so worth celebrating? Well, guess what? You woke up and you breathed. Maybe you woke up and made your bed. Maybe you woke up and organized a closet. Maybe you made one little change in your lifestyle, meaning, you know what? I've been hearing, this plant-based butter is better for you. Reduces the fat, the cholesterol, those things. Let me give that a whirl. Or maybe it was, you know what? I want to get more fit, but going to the gym or, getting all involved with that, fitness stuff is not my thing. I'm just going to go out for a power walk. Kudos to you, celebrate that. Those are all the little milestones that we talk about. Maybe it was trying a new recipe. Maybe you got out of your comfort zone and finally got out of your house because you were living in fear of the virus. Maybe it was confronting or actually being in the presence of someone that you have a difficult time with. That's something to celebrate because that's not an easy thing to do. So there's all these different things about celebrating, and it's not about, let's give the applause to those big goals and visions, but let's not forget the little ones, because the little ones are really the journey and chipping away at the journey to get to the bigger goal. So we want to make sure that we're always embracing us, patting ourselves on the shoulder, having that conversation in the mirror and saying, good job, you got through another week. Maybe you're going through a detox and you're at that halfway mark. Well, that's something to celebrate, because going through a whole 10-day detox is not always the easiest thing, whether it's a 7-day, 10-day, 12-day, whatever it may be. It's also, this time of year is a time that we always reevaluate. Don't you find everyone's like reevaluating their life, their goals, got to be be the new me? Well, no, don't be the new you, just be a better version of you. Because you are uniquely imperfect. We're all uniquely imperfect, but we're unique. We all have gifts. So it's not a question of necessarily changing who you are. It's more about embracing who you are and just improving little things, little steps, that's all.
Right. And, it's all in how we chat with ourselves. Like, for instance, everyone knows I'm a gym rat, whether it be working out at home or going to the studio. But instead of saying, and how I got into that habit, because that came up in a conversation this week, is how I talk to myself. So instead of saying, oh my God, I got to wake up early and do my strength training, today it's like, oh my God, I can't wait to get to my strength training. I know it's going to be hard, but I'm going to do it. And boy, let me tell you, for almost 60 years old, giving myself a pat on the back.
So, speaking of almost 60 years old.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that in a minute.
Oh, okay.
That in a minute.
I don't know what that is, but go ahead.
Okay. So just do what is right for you. Be kind to yourself. Watch how you talk to yourself. Don't punish yourself for things that have not happened. Look at it as an adventure. Creating that new lifestyle that I started back in my early 40s was an adventure. And that's how you discover, that's how you cultivate, that is how you refine the things that are important to you, or the things that you get excited about. Had you told me when I first started my journey back in my early 40s that I would love kickboxing, I would have said you were nuts. Me doing kickboxing? Really? And I remember when we all came down, I think it was for last year for Thanksgiving. I didn't have obviously have my kickboxing bag, but I was doing virtual classes with, and I had my hand weights. So it was as if I had gloves on, and our brother Victor was looking at me like, oh my God, I can't believe she's doing this. But, and that kind of, I don't know, that was kind of a neat thing to see. But you can do anything that you put your mind to. You may not be able to do it perfectly, but remember, it's not about doing it perfect. It's about doing it for you. That's the joy, where you get the joy from your journey. So I just want to say, and obviously there's a very important day coming up tomorrow.
Oh, brother. That's not what I was referring to, by the way. What I wanted to tell you was I was going through a drawer and I'd gotten the 60th candle for John for his birthday and I never used it because I couldn't find it. And this morning I found it. I'm like, oh, I'll use this for Jan for her 60th.
Yeah, which is fast approaching, but more fast approaching is there is a birthday tomorrow. And I just want to start off by saying that I do not own the rights to this song.
Oh, God.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
Oh, how cute is that? How cute is that? Thank you so much. And, a lot of people, I actually was talking to I had a doctor's appointment this week. And it was with the gastro doctor, because obviously I've talked about different things that have been going on. And so she says, well, we just, we did all your testing, everything looks good. You're on the right track. But I noticed we didn't do, we wanted to do one more test. They want to do a scan. And she goes, everything looks good. Just want to make sure that you're not pregnant. And I'm like, yeah, I don't think so. And she goes, well, I got asked the question. I said, I know, but I think it would be pretty obvious. So do I look pregnant? She said, oh, no, you're in great shape, blah, 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 blah. I says, well, I hope not, because if this body at almost 64 years old is pregnant, I think you need to put me in a psych ward. And she goes, 64. And, it was kind of cute. She goes, I would have never guessed. She was obviously stupid at me. I didn't look at your chart. I would have never guessed that you were 64. I said, well, I'm not quite 64. I will be 64 in a few days, which means, guess what? It means that I am officially on my 65th year of life. Wow. That's a pivotal moment. And I think Jan will feel the same way when she reaches that point, because this was the time frame that our mom passed away. And, when I realized, I didn't realize how young she was when she died until now. Well, until probably the last 5 years. Obviously, the age, you reflect on what age you were at that time frame. I think Mike was 15, because she actually passed away February 7th, which was a week before Mike turned 15, but also was only, 3 weeks shy of when she actually just turned 65. She was just 65. So she was 3 weeks into being 65. And, it's kind of one of those weird moments where you get a little nerved up and you're like, I'm at that age. Sadly, our mom did not put her health and wellness ahead of everything. Those are the facts. And she didn't take good care of herself. She had moments where she really was on point, and probably the last 10 years of her life, she was working her business, Silver Blade Tours, and really just kind of, let go. And I vowed to myself subconsciously that, because back then, when you're younger, you think 65 is so far away or so old. And it's not, guys. Like 65 is like, or 64, 60s, they're like the new, 40/50s. And I am going to say 40/50 because I know I've got more energy than a lot of 40-year-olds I know. So I thank you for that. I'm embracing it. It's a number. I think there was only one birthday where I kind of got like, and I want to say it wasn't 40, it wasn't 50. It was somewhere in there, but it was like a fleeting moment. But I embrace the age that I'm at, and so should you. You embrace yourself and you do the best that you can for health, wellness, and be the best version with you. And with that note, thank you, Jan. But we are going to sign off. It's Fantabulous Friday. Thank you to all of our viewers and our listeners for allowing us to share our accountability with you and helping you be the best version of yourself. This is Carol Sue, aka Naughty Bus, live with a Vero Beach that's kind of trying to wake up here, trying to get some sun. And I'm with
TwoSistas. Hey everyone, we hope you have a fantastic weekend. My name is Janis, aka Wellness Diva, signing off for now. Have a great weekend.
Bye.